everybody, or good night if you're in a different time zone. I'm going to be playing Doki Doki Literature Club Plus today. So I actually know quite a bit about Doki Doki Literature Club. Sadly, I know a lot of the spoilers, like Yuri and Sayori and stuff like that. But I've never actually seen a playthrough done before. So, a lot of the more, gameplay aspects and, different stuff going on, I don't actually know about. So this is, kind of half-blind, But yeah. So, I just decided this would be a nice, fun little thing to do. I won't be finishing the game, obviously, today. But I definitely will be playing this again later in the future. So I just want to start this and let's go. Go. Free onion. That's me. Oh god, I forgot to do voices. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out, because you know each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. If she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Jesus. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You said it like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Briannian. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I want to think we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Briannian, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did. In one of our many conversations where I just dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Jesus Christ, why am I such an asshole? She's so cute. Why am I such a dick? Sayori likes to worry a little bit too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I died at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. That was my phone. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Such an asshole. Sayori is so sweet. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Fuck yeah. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come to class around spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You need to wait up for me to go and make you into your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know... You know what? Well, then you could come to my club. Sayori... Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie? Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it'd be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Oh, I like literature. I do poetry. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Lord Zombie, hello. Hello, Lord of Zombies 99. I was an anime club in high school. It was great for the first year, and then the presidents left, and it went downhill. It went so bad. Like, we just played Werewolf every single day. And, like, I like Werewolf, but it was just constant every single day. It was really annoying. Come on, please? Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! God, she's so cute. Oh. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. All I have to do is get live from manga. That's awesome, though. Like, my library had, like, a little bit of manga, but, like, it was, like, barely anything. It was mainly, like, most shonen, like Naruto and One Piece. And, like, that's great. But no, that's fucking awesome. It's years ago. Yeah. I graduated in 2018, so that's been, like, a good few years since I was in school. For better or for worse. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I think that's fair. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here! I told you, don't call me a new member. Eh? I glance around the room. My girl, Yuri. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure to meet you. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Brianyan, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club. Play DLC. Yeah, the thing is, I haven't played Doki Doki Literature Club. I know about the characters and some, like, major things, but, like, I know nothing about the gameplay, different endings, like, because plus you have different endings, I know nothing about that. So, like, although I know the characters and everything, I pretty much am going in blind. Like, again, like, I didn't know the main character was so mean to Sayori. So, don't worry, there's a lot of things I don't know are gonna happen. So don't worry about that. This club is full of incredibly cute girls! You're goddamn right it is. Won't spoil anything in this episode. Thank you! Yeah, I'm not gonna do any spoilers. Gonna try to go in as blind as possible. Like, again, like, I know major stuff, but, like, I'm gonna try to be as blind to the game as possible. Just enjoy it for how I can, okay? What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with a sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look a first-year student. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. It kinda rhymes. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. The metric ton of secrets. Nice! See, that's even better. Like, again, even though I know a lot of stuff, at least there's a bunch of shit I don't know. So I'm really excited for that. Hey, this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Brianna. Monica smiles sweetly. Oh, she's so sweet. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked. We were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular one in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down, Brianna. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened, so there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! What? Natsuki lifts the foils off the tray to reveal a dozen fluffy, white cupcakes decorated to look like little cats! Oh, it's so cute! I saw coming to the entire tray, yeah. I'd just take, like, if I wasn't interested in the club, I'd take the tray and run. You know what I mean? Just grab the cupcakes and run. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little piece of chocolate we used to make years. Oh my god, I want these. Oh my god, it's 10 a.m., but I already want cupcakes. Cupcakes can be a good breakfast, right? Yeah, cupcakes can be a breakfast. So cute! I had no idea you were this good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sarah grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Oh, wrong voice. Sarah talks of her mouthful and has already managed to get icing on her face. Oh, she's so sweet. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. See, I've never made icing before. I've made like cupcakes, obviously, but I've always used like store-bought icing. I should try making icing myself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Have I heard this somewhere before? Oh yeah, I forgot technically. I forgot technically you're into anime in this game. Made them for you or anything? Eh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. But not for you. No, you, dummy. Alright. I gave up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismissed the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before sitting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know... I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Oh, I love Yuri so much. Oh, she's like my, she's my dream girl. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Valid. Very valid. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. Yes! I'd rather much take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they're all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Briannian, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke about thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyways, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Yes, I love fantasy. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. Oh, I love her so much. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in. But it's obvious by the way her eyes light up, she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately! Yes! If you were here for my last stream, you know that I fucking adore horror. I grew up on horror, so it's a big part of my life. Yes! I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Hey, but I'm a cute rock. I'm a cute rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes it to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. It's true. Very true. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh? Why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? Well, what? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back! Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Eh? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Aw, I want to read everyone's poems. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Nani? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Briannian? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Ah, hold on. There's still one problem. Eh? What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, oh god, they're all staring at me. I can't have 4 pretty girls look at me, and I can't think straight. I lose my train of thought. All 4 girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought. Briannian, you all, I'm defenseless against these girls. I'm defenseless against pretty girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. God, I love her. Every man ever. It's true. You can't have 4 beautiful women being sad, and then you can't deny them. You can't deny them. Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I will be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring into the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Briannian, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress this class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Briannian, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! With that, the 2 of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wavers back and forth between the 4 girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. Oh, if only he knew. Yes, it's me, so only she knew. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh yeah, I forgot you have to write poems now. Something good might have... time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Oh, God. Oh, God. So who do you like the most in this game? I like Yuri. Sayori is a very close second. She's very adorable, but Yuri is my number one. Like, I adore Yuri. I really love, like, shy girls, freaky girls, stuff like that. Like, she's just so soft-spoken and I love her. Plus, she got the booba. I've never been a fan of, like, tsundere characters, so, like, Natsuki doesn't really, like, pique my interest. I like her development, and I know that she's more than just a tsundere, but if I had to compare her to the other girls, she'd probably be my least favorite. Okay. Let's do disarray. Containment, vitality, daydream spinning, child horror! Loud, broken, anger, pout, peaceful, fear. Shit. Melody, fickle, death, kiss, fun, sunny one, misfortune. No! Peace, vivid, covet. Yay. Holiday, suicide. Oh, honey. Sayori! Which words the girls like? I know. I'm trying to get Yuri's. Think intellectual? Yeah. Tragedy, love, comes into anime. Beauty, disoriented. Disoriented. Dream, calm, sugar, rainbow, boop, boop. Oh, shit. At least I like Sayori, so it's fine. Sadness, shame. Ooh, Doki Doki poetry. God damn it. Agonizing. Boop. Boop. Dark. Unending. It's good. Ambient. Family sparkle. Effulgence. Tenacious skirts. Warm. Tenacious. Essence. Essence. So she likes the more, like, I'm not gonna say fancy words because I'm gonna sound like it's like I'm illiterate, but infallible. Attorney, breath. Oh, I hate all the little hints. Eternity, unstable, scars. Oh wow. Graveyard candy, Doki Doki. Frightening. Doki Doki. Hi again, Hi again, Brianyan. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Brianyan. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst in literature when you're not accustomed to it? Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Or wait, girl. Oh, come on, like she deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you just plan to come here and hang out or what. If you don't take this seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Doki's a good word. It's a fun word. Doki Doki? Doki Doki? Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Ryunyan always gives it her best as long as she's having fun. She helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. You almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two really are good friends, aren't you? Or wait, you two really are good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Brianna can be good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she's put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Ah, she's so cute. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. Guess it means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she think I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you! I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Yeah. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. Good for her. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seemed to be on the first few pages. Music change! Music change! Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and her eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deep in her book. I love her so much! Sorry. I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I want to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well... Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just want to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Oh, I love that. That actually sounds really good. That sounds like a really good book. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Brianyan? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into these things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy they believe in. Yes! Oh my god! It's so fucking true! Then suddenly when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're meant to be the naive one, feeling that one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. Yes! I'm rambling, aren't I? Please, girl, ramble to me as much as you want. Ramble to me all day. I do not care.
Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writings fill my thoughts, I kind of get to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Of course it's not a bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? God, I relate to that so much. Especially when I was younger, I apologize for every little thing. Sorry. Still a bit tired. But no, I apologize for every little thing that happened. It was really bad. Like, I feel like I would literally say sorry for saying sorry. It was bad. Yuri, you really apologize, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
See, Yuri, I get it. Here, this should work, right? I sign my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess it makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Oh, I love her. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. BRB, okay, I'll see you in a little bit, okay? Hey, let's see in a bit. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready? Turn the page.
Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right?
Oh, I love her.
I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Oh, I love her so much. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I'd assume she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, and then I get flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I could see into your head or anything. Hi, welcome back, Lord of Zombies 99. Welcome back. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see.
She's so pretty. Yuri remains silent for a moment.
But, Briannian, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that.
Well, wait! I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess it more meant that it's kinda cute.
What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long.
Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought.
Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's a good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
Alright. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. See, I actually like poetry, personally. Like, I'm not good at it, like, God no, but, like, I'm actually quite a big fan of poetry. I do it in my spare time. I even took a poetry class in high school. I might share some of my poems on here one day. I think it'd be kind of fun, you know? I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait!
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose-leaf paper torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers on a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Oh god. Okay, I think Monica will be fine if I show it to her first. Maybe she'll be chill. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I wanted to know I'm putting in effort. Why'd I read it in her voice?
Hi, Reunion. Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening.
Oh, I know you're always listening, girl.
Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, I want to share your poem with me.
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Don't worry, Reunion. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Reunion. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easier for me to keep everyone's expectations low. Same. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. True, get people's expectations low so you can always either meet them or exceed them. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet.
Don't worry so much about that.
You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It can take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. Oh, Monica. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Okay. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Whew. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style's gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say I had some kind of epiphany recently. I've been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about this deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends of each other. Anyways, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you just get a big dark puddle of ink. It's actually a very good point. Just move your hand and go with the flow. Actually, that's very similar to art as well. Like, as an artist, like, if you focus on one spot for, like, too long, then it can get fucking frustrating. Like, sometimes you just gotta either step away for a minute, take a break, or you just gotta work on a different part of the drawing. I've had moments where I work on, like, the hair for 30 minutes, and I'm just like, I gotta stop or else I'm gonna go crazy.
That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Who should I show my poem to next?
Yuri, my girl!
As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Huh? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but ends up covering her whole face.
He's going to hate me. Or she's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
I have! Really? Again, if you guys are interested, I'd love to share my poetry in a later stream. I think that'd be really fun. Really? Wow, it's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that.
I just meant... Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words of the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form for the two together. The end result is both the style and expressiveness are weakened. once Yuri finds her train of thought, as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, it's not something you could be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem.
Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that.
Talk shit, girl. Talk shit.
Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Poor Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ooh, short one. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, and last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. Ooh, nice, short and sweet. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. Girl, you should see my handwriting. Like, my handwriting is trash. So your handwriting is so good compared to mine. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is really pretty.
That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since our first time sharing, I want to write something a little more mild.
Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Like, how into ghosts are you?
Actually, the story's about a ghost at all, Onion.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But I remember, poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their world. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem was only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours is impressive too, so...
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Onion.
Me too. Oh, I love her so much. Sayori ne, it's my girl. This is a good poem, Onion. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of girl who would be writing poems in her spare time?
I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just won't I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact I'm standing in front of you in the club. Stop being mean to her! She's so sweet! Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Onion. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that really only good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. But then again, I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right?
Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that.
Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Oh, the sleepy. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Oh my god, I love this girl! Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least it makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean. See, in school, like, before I was always like, I had gifted child syndrome, so I was I'm yawning so much. I was always worried about, like, oh, gotta get my stuff done. High school, after going to the hospital, I basically was like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't give a shit. So I'd always do my work either at lunch or in the morning when I got to school. I was not the, after a while being the best student kind of wore me down, you know? Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you're late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. And Natsuki, she's gonna hate this. Eh? Brie Onion, if you're not going to take this clip seriously, then go home. What? Harsh? What, you expect me to believe you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. Wow, tsundere that just says sorry. She's already leagues above many tsunderes. You'll get better anyway. I tell you where to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. I forgot Natsuki! Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. I know it's meant to be, like, pretty bad, but, like, I like the whole people can try, but that's about, like, the ending is actually very nice. Just people can try, but that's about it. It actually has, like, I know it's meant to be framed as, like, a bad poem. Like, no, actually, like, it's actually pretty, the ending's pretty nice. Yeah, I told you you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. Isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly! I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Thank you! Yes! See what I mean? It's simple, but it has a good point. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. Hell yeah. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to human her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. She deserves it. Phew! Guess
guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks?
Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clear about the feeling of giving up. How could that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you had to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it.
Which people did, by the way.
Sayori liked it, and Briannian did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Brianna liked my poem too, you know. She even told me she was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh?
I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. This music. This music is so good.
That's not what You're just...
Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Brianna... Oh shit. Oh god. Whoops.
Maybe you're just jealous that Brianna appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
There you go. God damn it.
Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Brianna started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! I don't like fighting, guys! Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they noticed I was standing there. Briannian? She's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out of the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Briannian.
Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language.
It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings most efficiently. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Briannian? Well? How'd I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course it's going to help me, Sayori. Help me, Sayori. Natsuki. Natsuki glares at me, trying to make words out of my mouth. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri? But Yuri's expression is so defenseless I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Sayori, save me! Yeah, everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Thank you. Don't have to pick sides.
Briannian.
Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her.
I agree.
It's unfair for others to inject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being.
She would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well... Also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Yes, thank you very much. Yuri's boobs are big and beautiful. Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monika stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president? I whisper to Monika. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori's amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's really suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. Monika, stop! No! We're not doing this! That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monika smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How'd y'all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Reunion, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'll learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself. I did learn a little more about the kind of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Reunion! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. You're goddamn right, she's such a sweetie pie. Sayori... about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Reunion, it's nice I could spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Looks like Sayori still hasn't come to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Hell yeah! Alright, let's save. Turn. Should I go for Sayori or Yuri this time? I think I'll go for Yuri again. Because I think if I go to Sayori, then Monika's gonna get pissed. So I'll go for Yuri again. Vitality, Eternity, Infinite. Poor Faye.
Journey. Graveyard unrestrained. Ooh, I'm gonna get it perfect. Unending. Station. Unrequited. That's Sayori. Sensation. Effulgent. Vertigo. Ooh, let's see if we can get all of Sayori. Or, not Sayori, all of Yuri. Sayuri. Climax. Covet. Ambience. Horror.
Doki Doki, poof!
Oh, Natsuki's adorable. Melody. No! Damn it. Essence. Whisper. Damn it. Fester. Disoriented. After image. Well, I got mostly Yuri, so that's fine. So we're going for an hour. Nice. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me.
Hi, Brionion.
Yo, Sayori. Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today.
I'm just still not used to being in the club, that's all.
I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. Well, I guess it's always the simple things of you anyway.
Speaking of which, I'm kind of hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack?
No, I want to go with her to get a snack. Yeah, please count how many times Doki Doki shows up. I hope we get a good count.
That's not like you at all.
I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori?
Why that all of a sudden?
No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then turns it upside down and lets contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori.
That's not fair. How'd you even know?
It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget you spent all your money so I can lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. I got you, girl. So it only leaves one option.
I give up. Don't make me feel guilty.
If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't know she was listening in. Her face is in her book as always.
I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Bruno to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can reasonably afford. And frankly, after playing a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Retribution. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You're right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the
revolution!
Retribution. That. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there?
Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me.
But you wouldn't have come even if it... You wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had tricked Natsuki into making them.
Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Pwap!
Kia! Ow! What was... A cookie?
Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around.
Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution!
Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though.
Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy.
Sayori hugs the cookie. Oh, jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite.
So good.
Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth.
I bit my tongue.
You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie.
Oh, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it?
Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers.
But yours is chocolate.
Yeah, why do you think I gave you the one? I think I gave you that one.
Fine. Still, I'm really happy you shared this one with me.
Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Ow. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie.
Hey! Did you seriously just do that?
Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori... Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Oh shit. Where's Monica anyway?
Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me.
Yeah, I haven't either.
That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay.
Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all.
Eh? You don't think she has a...
I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined.
That's true.
Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open.
Sorry, I'm super sorry.
Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all.
You're so strong-willed.
Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway?
Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time.
That makes no sense, though. You have heard the bell ring at least.
I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano.
Piano?
I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I just kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano.
That's so cool! You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me.
Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will.
Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it.
Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Reunion.
Monica smiles sweetly.
I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready.
I see.
In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I?
Not really. I chose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone's already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Hey, Yuri.
Eh?
I suddenly noticed that Yuri's reading a different book from the one we've been reading together.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No. I was kind of just waiting for you.
If that's the case, why don't we go ahead and get started?
Yes, let's. Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Not at all.
Thanks very much. If there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea.
I could go for some tea right now. All I have in the house is water. I finished some milk yesterday, so all I have is water. I need flavor.
Not to mention for yourself as well.
Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch her use a small water pitcher on the shelf. The kind of Oh, thank you so much for following! Dreaming Nick 2521, thank you so much for following! I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside.
Can you hold this for a second?
Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in the teacher's desk, and then we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs, Yuri appears elegant and methodical.
Okay, may I have the water pitcher?
Thanks, I'll be right back. I might as well walk with you. Yes, go for a walk, go for a walk.
Yeah, why not? Shall we go then?
Yeah. Where are you two off to?
Eh?
You're just going to make some tea, so I suddenly realized how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher.
Ah, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it?
That's...
Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want me to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Briannian in club activities?
My mouth gapes.
I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Briannian.
Yuri quickly exits the room and I follow. I love an assertive woman. Once in the hallway, she slowly puts her forehead against the wall.
I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that?
Yuri...
Something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me?
No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that.
Briannian, how come even when I do something bad, you're being nice to me?
Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions, and we can't always hide them away. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane.
No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that?
Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. It's true. What kind of friend would do that?
Friend, you say?
Yuri lifts her head.
Briannian, I really like being friends with you.
Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that. But I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway,
yeah. Shall we go?
Yeah. Yuri and I walked to the nearest water fountain. Once we filled the water pitcher, we returned to the classroom.
Briannian, do you like oolong tea?
Oh, yes, I love oolong tea! That's my favorite type of tea! Like, green tea's fine. I don't like black tea, but I love oolong tea. Yeah. Anything's fine.
Very well.
Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Fahrenheit for any of my Celsius fellas. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you?
Of course.
I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything?
In that case, you'll only be even more impressed.
Perhaps I will. I love this woman. Or not woman, I love this girl. Again, like, I really hope... I don't know if I need multiple playthroughs, I hope I can save her, because, like, oh my god. So pretty. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now.
Is that so? I was letting it show, and you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking. I decided I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do, when it's you who's around anyway. Ah, that's great, Yuri! Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Brionion. It's very endearing. That's... Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Brionion, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today?
Ooh, sitting on the floor. Eh? Why's that?
It's a little bit easier on my back.
Yo, I got back problems too. And again, I'm sitting in a fucking metal chair, so my back problems are not getting better. If anything, they're getting worse.
I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk.
Ah, sorry, I didn't realize.
No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it.
Is that so? I wonder why that is.
It's most likely because my
Your posture, right? Always hunched over like that while reading?
Yes, I have terrible reading posture.
So that's why we should sit on the floor. Oh, Yuri.
Fair enough.
I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. Ah, I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I actually have a thing of candy in my room. It's great. It's those little, like, jawbreakers. Like the jawbusters, they're called. They're so good to just, like, chew on. I take it, since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other.
I can't see too well.
Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle.
Your teacup.
Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hands, not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. Or has she? She wears her intense reading expression. I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally manage to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want.
That's okay. I won't take any.
Eh? Are you sure?
Well, if I touch it, then it might get smudges on the pages.
Feed her! Feed her! Feed her! You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad.
No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay?
Are you sure?
Of course.
Oh, she's so pretty! Oh my god! Oh, she's so gorgeous! Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate, and I hold it up to Yuri. Yes! Feed her! Feed her! Feed her! She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if this situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Ah! Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks.
Did I just...
Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened.
Brionion.
Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that.
That's... Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right?
I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah, that's all it was.
Yeah, then you don't need to stop or anything.
I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that she can't focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did he even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, no, god damn it, Monica! Shit! Okay, everyone. Yuri jolts back. It's time to share poems. Brianna, you can help Yuri put away the tea stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling it's something neither of us will have the courage to bring up, yeah. Who should I show a poem to first? I'm showing Monica because she's gonna get pissed. Hi again, Briannian. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright, this one's good. It feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? I guess so. Can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she picks up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just meant that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her. Eh? You completely misunderstood. No, she didn't. She did not misunderstood at all. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Yo, same. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. It's just a hunch, but... Well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Alright guys, let's go. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise that won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Oh, here we go. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Oh god, it's starting! I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short made it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. Still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Oh, I know what it's about. I know what it's about. Sometimes asking what a poem about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling. Or a conversation with the reader. So put it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind. Or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? Oh god. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Let's show Sayori first. Let's do Yuri, actually. Next time I'll go for Sayori, see if that will maybe help her.
Let's see what you've written for today.
Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it?
Brianna, this one might even be better than yesterday's. How'd you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing.
Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty.
I'm not used to this.
Used to what?
I don't know.
It's fine. Take your time. Take your time, girl. It's all good. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her.
Yeah. Just being appreciated like this, I guess.
It probably sounds really stupid. But seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Oh, I love her. Are you saying you've never shared your writing before? Yuri nods. Really? I don't believe it.
I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me.
Do you really think that? Again, Yuri nods. Huh. Even your close friends? Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today?
Yeah, I do. If it's with you.
The raccoon. Okay, got a long one. Give me a sec. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty stack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm really projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I've brandished my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. Oh, I can already tell what it's about. Honey. As someone who went through the same shit, I get it.
I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's.
I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem's about. Oh, I know what it's about. I deeply know, especially the cutting knife. I get that.
That's right. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using this poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and convey emotions through them.
Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean.
Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I want to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more usual hobbies. It's those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them.
Why do you keep them to yourself?
Because they're embarrassing. And people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Brianna?
Well, yes. God. It takes me a fucking pep talk for myself just to stream. Yeah, I guess I do.
I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself.
Same.
I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Brianna.
That's exaggerating a little bit.
It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that.
It's nothing really. Yuri smiles sincerely at me. For just a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Sayori! Sayori! Oh, I like this one, Reunion. It has some nice feelings in it. Ah, I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. Oh, she's such a sweetie. It's not very helpful, you know. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. And if it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? Aw, you want to write something for me? Yes. That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you always think about other people. You need to think about for yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud over your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug. And make a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. Is it? Maybe I'm getting better expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Reunion. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Alright, ooh, got a long one. Good job, Sayori. Alright, bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts and bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle is starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like a spoon in a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friend looked through my locked front door. Finally, all done. I opened up and in come my friends. And they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, pulling them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Whew, okay. I knew the game was deep, but like, Jesus Christ. Whew, oh God. Oh, I almost got emotional there. Okay, hold on. Whew, holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but, I mean, I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to being so cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah! Writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Oh God. No, stop. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. Same. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it harder for me to be pessimistic. Okay, Natsuki. Well, I can admit it's better than the last one. It's nice to see you're putting in some effort. That's good. But I still don't like this at all. It's trying too hard to be serious. What do you mean by that? Poems need to be all deep sounding to express something. It's going to just sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Natsuki stopped short all of a sudden. Don't tell me. You're not just trying to impress Yuri, are you? What are you talking about? Keep your voice down. You know, Yuri would love this angsty... Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean... Ugh. Looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve, though what I did is beyond me. I am so done with you. Natsuki shows the poem I handed her back over to me. Take your stupid poem. If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me. Ouch. This is what I get for letting young girls step into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. Okay, everyone. Oh, I didn't get to read her poem. Damn it. We're all to read each other's poems, right? I have some extra planning today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Ugh, do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I really don't know what to do with last-minute preparations. Or I really don't do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori's been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica. Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. That just sounds really cool. Sorry, I'm back. No, it's okay. Welcome back. I'm going to be actually ending the stream soon, but I'm glad you're back for the last little hurrah. But don't worry, I'll be streaming tomorrow. Anyways, the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it all on the posters in case anyone else wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been... Thank you so much for following! Hell yeah! Thank you so much! Hope I see you in later streams. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There is no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys? No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember, the Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So, I'm sorry. But, I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't
Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. And the least we can do is help them out a bit. Well, maybe, but... It looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright! Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone! You're the best, Yuri! This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monica! This is too sudden! Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through a notebook to a specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monica begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica! Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Wow, Yuri's fired all up a sudden. Oh, sorry. Yuri's fired all up a sudden. Wow, I am illiterate. Ooh-wah, Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. There you go. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri! It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed in her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone's stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she was bewildered even herself. Before you do... Yeah, sure! I'll let you know when I'm gonna be, cutting it off. I'm gonna be cutting it off after I go to the next, scene to make your poem. So then, yeah. Yeah, I'll let you know, and then you can do that. Yeah. So yeah, if let me know what to do for in the game thing. I'd love to know. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were so caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri's down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How'd you guys do it so easily? Oh, god damn it.
I've been bamboozled!
I got bamboozled!
God damn it. You got me.
How'd you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Gotcha. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheerleader like Sayori is.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, I am interested though. If you actually genuinely have something, definitely let me know.
The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Brionion liked it. I guess that's a good sign.
What does that even mean?
It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. The next time I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Brionion. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Brionion lower everyone's standards a little bit before I have to do it. Natsuki.
It's fine. I might as well just get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard putting energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Oh, right then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken out loud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She hops back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite the poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people would be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. When it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it'd be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait! I can do this. Alright. stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through. If it's for the sake of the club, and I'm impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori?
Yep.
Look at you two going home together like that. Always going home together like that. Very close to halfway. Okay, cool, great. So actually that's kind of a perfect place to stop then. Before shit goes down, you know?
It's kind of adorable, isn't it?
Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it.
It must be a little nice, though.
Well, how am I supposed to respond to that?
It's okay, Brianna, you don't have to say it.
Whatever, let's go already. I walk home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today, Sayori is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori?
Sorry, I was spacing out.
No wonder.
I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to...
Sayori fumbles with her words.
So, let's just say that one day Yuri asked to walk home with you.
Huh?
What would you do?
What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here.
Well...
I would still walk home with Sayori. I can't break her heart.
I can't break her heart like that, are you kidding me?
You really think I would ditch you for Yuri?
But she's so beautiful and smart. You're so pretty too, though, honey!
Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Moving on that.
I can't break her heart. She's too sweet.
I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. Same choice so many times. I mean, come on. Like, even if this does get her killed, like, I just can't break her heart.
You're so silly, Brianna. You think about me too much sometimes.
Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sayori, I've already made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes.
Sorry.
Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayori to care so much about. But I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen that time? Huh. With the poem? Alright. I'm gonna save here. Go right there. Alright. So I'm gonna probably stop it for today. I'll definitely be picking this up again next week. Because tomorrow I'm doing DVD and drawing, and then Saturday I'm drawing. But I'll definitely be picking this up again next week. Okay. Do you want me to exit the... Okay. Exit the whole thing? Oh boy. Oh god. Hello? What? 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 Oh my god. What? I didn't know about this. Oh my god. Has all the poems. Oh, so for all the different endings. Oh shit, I am gonna do the different endings too. Oh my god, that's so cool! Aww! Oh, it's even character sketches! Oh my god, this is beautiful. Okay, I can't look at all this now, but that's so cool. Music. Oh my god. Side story. Side stories are stories of friendship that are unrelated to the events of the main game. To get all 6 side stories, try writing poems for different characters and viewing their special scenes in Doki Doki Literature Club. Oh, I'm gonna be... So the picture's wallpaper? Oh, hell yeah. Okay, I'm definitely gonna be doing this more. I'm gonna stop for now, but I'm definitely playing this again later. I'm definitely gonna be exploring and doing different routes. So yeah, I will be stopping for today. Thank you so much for joining, especially you, Lord of Zombies 99, for sticking around for so often. I'm glad that you enjoyed the stream enough to stick around with me. So I am going to stop for today. If you want to see my schedule for the next day and then a week and week after that, just follow my Twitter or my Instagram. I'm glad you could too. All my social medias are right there. So you just check out there, then you can see when I'll be streaming and what I'll be streaming. That way you can sort of plan around it, you know how it is. But no, thank you so much. Hope I'll see you in a later stream. And I'll hopefully see you on my Twitter or my Instagram. Thank you so much. Annyeong-sumi!